Keep a lookout for the girl. We have to stop her.
Pretty sure she'll be back real soon. This may sound crazy, but what if saving our doubles from execution is how we save ourselves?
I was only hunted after my double was killed.
Pera aí, deixa eu ver se eu consigo ativar os comentários aqui. E aí, meu caro? Vou iniciar uma para aqui pra tu entrar, né? Porque tu é meu... Como é que diz? Meu suporte aqui do jogo. Assim que tu entra na para, você dá um hello guys aí pra live. Aqui, pronto. Entra na party, Vitão. E dá um hello guys aí pra live. A gente continuar nossa saga de Little Hope. Bom, a gente iniciou aqui mais uma live de The Dark Pictures, Little Hope. A segunda parte, provavelmente a última, creio eu. Não sei até quando esse jogo vai. Mas... buscando fazer sempre as escolhas certas para poder pegar o melhor final possível de primeira. Sem fazer cagada, né? Enfim, só aguardando o Vitão entrar aí pra gente poder iniciar total aqui. Toda bala. Ok, voltamos para mais uma saga deste bendito jogo. Deste jogo que nos faz passar raiva e agonia ao mesmo tempo. Não é não, Vitão? O que você tem a dizer, Vitor? Vamos lá, atualizou a live aí?
Sim.
Vamos lá. Tô mexendo pra tu?
Sim, Bruno, você tá atualizado o bagulho também.
Ó, não sei se tu viu aqui, ó. Deixa eu mostrar. Não sei se tu chegou a ver. Tá vendo aqui a cartinha?
É que daí pra você que a notificação demorou um pouco pra chegar. Eu vi esse bagulho aí já.
Tá. Vamos lá, que é isso aqui.
Mary's grave.
Pode
There's
ler aí,
nothing
então.
about how or why she died.
Acredita-se que este local seja o local de descanso de Mary. Mary foi abatida por pastor Carl estava ali morou com ela antes das declarações por diversos cidadãos. Graças ao seu papel controverso nos julgamentos de bruxas, muitos dos cidadãos migraram contra ela. Seus restos mortais foram enterrados no refúgio da cidade.
Vitor, eu ia comentar um negócio contigo. Você lembra que a gente tava numa casa e chegou a pegar pronto, no departamento de polícia, se eu não me engano. A gente achou uma bíblia cheia de símbolos satânicos, essas coisas, né? Eu tava tipo raciocinando um pouquinho, né? nesse meio tempo. Porra, se a gente tem um cara que tá acusando todo mundo de bruxaria, disso, daquilo, dizendo que é coisa do demônio, paus. E teoricamente o jogo mostrou pra gente que tem uma Bíblia no canto que parece muito com a Bíblia do Carver, que é o cara que acusa todo mundo e manda matar. Parece muito com a Bíblia dele. Aí eu tava pensando, porra, será que ele não é o próprio demônio?
Tem possibilidade, mas dessa vez eu acho que
Cara, eu boto fé.
Anything here not falling apart?
Eu boto fé porque o jogo deu uma Bíblia com símbolo satânico. Tipo, Bíblia sagrada e tipo...
Fireflies. That's what's
Que
causing the
caralho.
glow.
Ok. Tá vendo os vagalumes?
Looks kind of beautiful. Don't you think?
esses vagalumes.
Kinda weird looking.
Os caras detalharam até os vagalumes.
No, this cannot be. My own eyes deceive me. My apologies for the lateness of the hour, but I must speak with you.
What ails you, my friend?
It is Mary. I am troubled by her, by the part she has played in these trials.
Those trials trouble us all.
There is more to this. I saw her smile as her own sister was executed. She took pleasure from it.
Are you certain?
I am. But now that she speaks of guilt and remorse, it is hard not to believe her.
Keep away from her, Abraham. No good can come from being with that child.
Too late. With her brother and sister gone, Mary now lives under my roof.
Your charity places you in grave danger.
What do you advise?
Tell the court you suspect she toys with us all. That you saw her delight in her own sister's death. I implore you.
I am torn. Mary seems full of
Keep your
remorse.
suspicions to yourself, and it's our community which will suffer. None of us is safe from her wild imaginings.
Very well. If the court will listen, I will speak. I am bewitched.
You're not bewitched.
How else can your presence be
I
explained?
can't explain this, but you're not.
She has conjured you to defend her. To press me into silence. Only the devil could create a demon who so resembles me.
I'm not a demon. But we do look alike, which I agree is pretty damn weird.
What do you want from me?
I want to know what you're gonna say to the court. About Mary.
I was decided to speak to the court. Now I am not so sure.
I know how this must look, but you have to speak out. Tell everyone what the girl did, like your friend is telling you to.
The devil has sent you to tempt me. I must not succumb. Little Hope is no longer the town I knew. Strange and disturbing events have become commonplace. You, whatever you are but one of these. Revealing the truth about Mary may save my friend, but it does not sit easily with me that in doing so I condemn a child.
Putting it all on a kid isn't right. The priest is the one driving this whole thing.
That's way off. We gotta stop the kid. No other way to do this.
Reverend Carver is a man guided by God. No one can doubt that.
Isso vai ser bom, de certo modo.
Bad
Eu vou
move,
tentar
man.
arriscar.
Standing up for the kid is probably gonna do us all in.
I hope you're wrong. For
Eu
all
tô
our
botando
sakes.
muita fé que o padre é o vilão da história aqui.
What happened? You get a chance to confront Mary?
Moral
No.
diminui o poder.
We never even saw her.
Fuck.
Tá, cadê a Taylor?
We met up with Andrew's double, Abraham. He was thinking about testifying against Mary, but good boy Andrew talked him out of it.
That was a smart move.
Are you fucking kidding me? We are seeing glimpses of what happened here hundreds
How you doing?
of years ago.
Not great.
Demons from the past?
Don't know how much more of this shit I can take. One thing I didn't see coming, I feel like one of the team. I'm good with that. Never happens to me.
Yeah, I hear that. Learned a few things about myself tonight. Shame it had to be from witches and ghosts.
This is some serious shit we're in here.
Sure, I know. I get how serious this is. I
Moral com o Daniel parece que baixou, mas
just
vamos
want
ver
us to
aqui.
push through this. And we will.
Thanks. Just so wired right now.
We need to get moving.
Fuck this place and this stupid
Okay.
ass crash that got us here.
Do nada. Do nada.
Taylor! Where are you?
Puta que pariu. Do nada. Do nada. Tá. Tá. Deixa eu raciocinar um pouquinho. Vamos prestar um pouquinho de atenção aqui. Pra cá.
Taylor! That you? Hold on to me. Whatever happens, do not let go.
Puta que pariu. É enfrentar o medo, tem que enfrentar o medo.
Leave me! Get out of here with the others!
Hold on to me.
Vai!
What the fuck was that?
Porque a conversa deles foi sobre a questão deles terem que enfrentar os próprios demônios. A partir de agora, eu não posso mais pegar, pedir socorro, entendeu? Eu tenho que enfrentar meus medos.
Let's check that out. It'll get us out of these damn woods.
Opa, espírito tá ganhando espírito livre, ou seja, a Taylor já não morre mais, pelo que eu tô entendendo aqui. Ó, se liga, ó. Raciocina comigo. Tu tá vendo, ó, que cada personagem ele tem um cadeado de algo que eles são. O Daniel, ele é o quê?
Defensivos,
Não, mas ele é o quê?
Como assim, o que que ele é?
Ó. Algo. Se bem que o cadeado simboliza algo que ele não é. O que que ele não é?
Arrogante.
Eu tenho que destravar isso de alguma maneira, entendeu? O John. Cadê? Vamos pro John. Como é que eu faço pra ir pro John?
Não, você só consegue. É o personagem que você tá aí, ele mostra a relação que aquele personagem tá com tal dos outros, das outras pessoas do grupo.
Tá. Ah, se foi do nada, do nada, do nada mesmo.
Pior que essa foi muito.
Que é isso aqui? Tô escutando algum bicho. Tá escutando?
Também tô escutando.
Tá ali embaixo. Em algum canto, mas tá ali embaixo.
What happened back there with that thing?
Whatever it was, it's gone, and it ain't coming back.
I really hope you're right.
Only a matter of time before they come after us again.
That's a pretty negative outlook you got there.
Podemos ter perdido uma chance. Eu vou ficar em silêncio.
There must be something we can do. Mary's in the middle of all this, that I'm certain of.
We don't know for sure that stopping Mary will help us out. It's just a theory.
It may only be a theory, but right now it's all we've got.
This is a one-shot deal. We get it wrong, and there's no replay. It's game over, so I'm up for doing whatever it takes.
Come on, let's take a look.
Ih, rapaz, tá vendo aqui? Sabe o que é isso aqui? Vamos ver o que é. Eita porra.
Caraca.
Ai, Deus, eu tenho que agora tentar descobrir pra isso não acontecer. Tá. Tá joia.
Isso daí vai ser mais difícil de a gente descobrir como é que a gente vai evitar isso daí.
Aqui eu tô usando, eu tô usando o QI 9000 aqui. Nunca usei tanto meu QI como eu tô usando nesse jogo. Temo que protege certamente a
Muito
minha.
conveniente aparecer um jumpscare aí nessa janela se não tivesse nada pra ver.
Pior. Que é isso aqui? Ih, rapaz. Tá vendo? Ó?
No instante ela aparecia até
Aí, ó. Se liga, se liga, ó.
E...
Tá vendo? Ó?
O cara virou pra prefeito.
Aí, ó. Por isso que eu tô te dizendo que o que eu tô pensando talvez seja verdade, tá vendo? Só uma teoria. Calma. Subir.
Check this out.
Hey! They're coming. You can't keep running. I'll make sure they'll find you.
That guy's a menace.
I don't think he gets how bad a mess we're in.
Come on, inside.
Cara, tem alguma coisa estranha. O Vince, ele vai, olha pra gente, dá um aviso.
Well,
E...
no one's been here for a long time.
Ai!
Now is my time to speak before the judge. I am filled with dread. I cannot know how my testimony will be received. The devil has blinded so many to what is real and what is not.
O diabo cegou tantas pessoas que ainda tá. Viu? Vamos fazer uma analogia. O diabo cegou tantas pessoas. Vimos um pôster, foi citado sobre o Carver. A galera não tem uma boa visão do Carver. A doutrinação, doutrinar as pessoas, entendeu? Você criar uma, como é que se diz? Pessoas que te idolatram. Eu acho que eu tô começando a ficar certo.
His words will seek to twist the truth.
Allow me to judge what is true.
Abraham and Joseph
Oh,
are
yeah.
allies in
So
this
legal.
deception. And lest we forget, you condemned Joseph to death only yesterday. Or do you now question that decision?
I have heard nothing today to sway my conviction. Joseph consorted with the same malicious force as his wife. For this, the court thanks Reverend Carver, who faced the devil's wrath to present the evidence.
It is only my duty, Judge.
However, this court is duty-bound by law to seek out the truth. We must therefore examine these claims made by Abraham against Mary.
If I may speak briefly, Judge Whiteman.
Time is short, Reverend. Be indeed brief.
Mary has shown great fortitude to speak out against the evil here. Many would have lacked her courage. Yet her reward for exposing this brooding coven in our midst is to be besmirched.
Her courage is not in question. It is her intent we must be certain of.
Her accuser is the very man entrusted to care for this innocent child.
Cara, o Carver tá com muita
Plain to
cara.
see, he is not fit for such a task. And I would ask the court to have Mary placed elsewhere.
Who would you have be her new ward, Reverend?
I am prepared
Como
to take
pretexto.
responsibility for the child. If the court agrees.
É uma forma de
First, the
se
court must say what
mascarar, né,
Abraham
no
has to
caso.
say. No decision can be made on the child until then. Abraham.
Esse no jogo que comeu 3 horas minha de uma maneira brincando.
Some would have me speak out against Mary, but could a child truly be capable of such evil?
Não vou acusar a Mary não, acho que eu acho que não é. Vou ficar em silêncio em relação a isso.
Tell the court what you have come here to say. Speak up, boy. Out with it!
Mary has spoken of evil spirits, devilry and witchcraft. Things many cannot believe could exist here in
I'm not
Little
here
Hope.
for history and hearsay. Get to the point, boy.
Mary is tormented. The apparitions she has seen, they have plagued her, stolen her innocence. Some suggest she is in league with these creatures, but no one can be certain. Myself least of all. Can any of us truly know a child's mind?
You claim I lack the ability to see the truth.
Tá.
Beg forgiveness. I would never suggest such a thing.
My time is not for wasting. You and the priest have irked me enough for one day.
I have more to say.
I have already given you enough time. Furthermore, Mary is to be placed into the care of Reverend Carver. Now stand down.
Tell me everything. Did you see Andrew's double again?
He told the judge that Mary did nothing wrong, like she's the victim here.
Oh, that's
Eita
bad.
porra.
Very, very bad. Shit!
Tá vendo ali no canto?
So what happens now?
I'm not sure I did the right thing. I guess at least we know we can influence the outcome. It's gonna be good, right?
What do you think? Is he right about this?
Maybe I'm being dumb, but I don't get how we, or anyone, can change something that happened hundreds of years ago.
Normally, I'd agree with you, but we can see these events. Somehow they're running parallel to us, so I think we can change them.
Como?
What the fuck?
We can't stay. Let's get out of here.
Sai de perto da janela.
Look at those outfits. This place shut down way, way back.
Life as a kid in the 70s. Everything was ahead of me.
Parece o Vince, né?
Vince, onde?
Esquerda aqui, ó.
Lembra. E esse cara da frente parece até o John.
Qual?
Esse cara aí da frente aí, ó, que tá do lado das duas mulheres.
Sei.
Na frente, na primeira fileira.
Lembra um pouquinho.
There's gotta be another exit. Maybe on the ground floor?
Tá.
Te falando, eu acho que essa história se passa nos anos modernos.
É, com esses personagens, sim, imagino. Ué, porque ele não desce.
Não, por causa que daí você vê naquela outra cena que a gente viu ontem, que daí ele estava até com o iPhone ali.
Uhum.
Então,
Uhum.
o corpinho morto.
What's the story here?
A gente falou
She leave him for some other guy?
então, talvez isso daí seja Vince.
Tânia e Vince. É, o Tânia e Vince ali, ó, o Y, tá vendo?
É, então é isso.
Tânia e Vince. Tânia, te dando pretexto, é porque tu não viu o começo do jogo, é uma das irmãs da Mary, entendeu? Junto com o Andrew.
Ah, você tá vendo que tem a foto de uma pessoa rasgada ali? Então seria.
Mas qual é a relação do Vince com a... Eles são namorados, o que eles... É, eles eram namorados, né? Porque ela morreu.
É, porque pelo
You hear
que a
that?
gente vê na imagem.
Right below us.
We need to find a way out of here. Now.
Eu acho que o bicho tá embaixo deles, né? Desse jeito que ficou aí.
That's heavy. Andrew, get your ass over here and help me out.
What's up?
You take that side, I'll take this side. Push together, right? Good. Now, push!
Whoa! Oh, shit! Ah!
Eita porra, prepara.
Daniel? You okay?
Prepara. Agora. Bola. Eita. Vamos pensar.
Lembra, ele tem a pistola também. A diferença é que eu não sei se vai ter chance dele usar.
Vou pensar. O Daniel tá com alguma arma? Não, não é que ele usou na passada. Ele tinha a faca.
Do Andrew, que agora a gente tá usando o Andrew. O Andrew, ele tem a pistola.
Tá. Eu acho melhor
Ela tem
puxar
3
nesse
tiros
caso.
ainda. Ele só gastou um até agora nesse momento da história.
Eu acho melhor puxar nesse caso aqui. Eu imagino. Que vai ser mais rápido.
Porque sei lá porque, eu acho que se você colocar pra atacar, tem chance dele usar a pistola. Eu acho que tem chance.
Porque não, porque o personagem que eu tô controlando.
E se ele for...
Que o personagem que eu tô controlando não é o Andrew. Quem eu tô controlando nesse exato momento é o Daniel, entendeu?
Não, nessa escolha aí...
O Kick Time Event. Não, o Kick Time Event. Não, claro que a escolha é do Andrew, mas no Kick Time Event. Antes, quem eu tô controlando é o Daniel. Se eu escolher atacar, beleza que o Andrew vai dar os ataques. Mas como é que o Daniel ele vai se defender sem arma?
Na teoria, dependendo do jeito que o bicho reagir, se o Andrew der uns tiros, talvez dê tempo dele atordoar o bicho e dê tempo dos dois um puxar o outro. Só se eles puxarem lerdo e tiver que tá me metido de novo.
Deixa eu tentar puxar esse pagode. Tá? Olha, eu tô dizendo. Uma forma de outra. Olha, ó. O que disse? Eles não vão ter força pra puxar. Não posso esperar. Tem que coisar, ter heroísmo. Agora eu tenho que enfrentar meu próprio demônio, entendeu? Vai. Desce o cacete. Desce o cacete desse bicho. Cadê? Toma.
Daniel, are you still down there? Daniel?
Acho que deu God. Acho que deu God.
Say something! Let us know you're okay!
Let's go before anything else happens. You see Daniel out here?
No, he's not here yet.
Okay, let's keep going. Daniel will be okay. He'll catch us up.
Tu acha que o Daniel se safou?
You okay, Daniel? Where the fuck has he got to?
Daniel?
Não chutar o balde antes da hora, né?
Stay cool. We'll get it back.
Não chutar o balde antes da hora. Onde é que a gente tá indo? Pra Eterna. Tem que baixar o Man of Medan pra gente jogar, mano.
Daniel? Where are you, buddy?
Andrew! Hey!
Opa.
You guys!
I'm up here!
Boy, am I happy to see you.
At least I'm not the only one damp and disheveled.
Oh my god. Thought I'd lost you.
Can't get rid of me that easy.
Bicho lindo. E a gente vai na direção dele.
And have you spotted
Eu
that
acho.
kid, Mary?
Not seen her.
Tá. Boss battle.
You see that?
Stay on your toes. Anything could happen.
Não tomei de antes.
No one in Little Hope is safe while you still draw breath, Joseph. You must die today. Not even your wife Amy was spared your lust to serve Satan.
Damn me if you must. You're not fit. Speaking of my late wife.
There is still fight in you. I must drive the devil out for the safety of everyone here.
Oh, no one is safe.
Joseph, do you renounce the devil and all his teachings?
I carry no sin. I'm no disciple of the devil. Our town is infected with madness. Bribe, Satan's servant.
We have to stop this.
Eu acho que não é a garota. Eu acho que não é a garota.
Tem que ajudar ele, tem que ajudar ele.
Come on!
Acho que não é a garota.
Look, there can be no more doubting. This is witchcraft. More stones. The devil must be crushed from within him. Do not flinch. The fate of Little Oak rests in your hands.
Caralho. Ai, que agonia.
Agora que eu me liguei numa coisa. Toda vez que a gente tenta ajudar eles, já que na visão dos
What happened?
Aí.
Tell me.
We don't have a lot of time.
Pra eles,
Time for what?
Aí.
John! What are you doing?
I'm tired of running.
Are you crazy? We gotta move!
John, please hurry!
Tá. Agora.
Come on, you fucking ready!
Corre. Bola. Toma. É muito que tá me vente. Porra, diabo.
How's that feel, fucker?
Agora fodeu. Já que eu tô livre, pra ajudar a personagem, né? Mata logo esse bicho. Caralho! Vai, Andrew. Toma.
We gotta go! Like now!
Agora eu tenho a opção de heroísmo e de mandar eles ajudar. Não posso mandar eles ajudar de maneira alguma. Não posso. Oi. Bota o carregador, mano.
Mano, eu não posso ficar mexendo no negócio enquanto tá carregando. Daí eu vou ter que ficar só na live pelo outro celular.
Tranquilo, pode ser. Vamos lá. Vamos lá.
This thing is only interested in me! Get out of here! Go! I'll hold it back!
You can get away! Escape! I did! You don't have to do this!
This is stupid! Get out of there!
Opa.
Is it gone? I don't see it anymore.
Tá aí, Vitor, ainda?
Where in God's name are we now?
Place looks like it burned down. Something here isn't right.
Something isn't right is this shitty town's motto.
Opa. Tá vendo, Vitor? Vitor? Isso não é desse jogo. Isso definitivamente não é desse jogo, que eu nunca fui apresentar essa personagem. Ah, mano, isso aqui é do próximo... É do outro jogo da franquia, depois de Little Hope. Tá, beleza.
You're gonna want to see this.
Angela and I were married.
This makes less and less sense.
Filhos se sintam da mesma forma que eles se sentem em relação aos próprios progenitores. Eles querem ser amigos das crianças, por isso aceitam teorias que encorajam o amor como solução para qualquer conflito. Isso leva a acreditar que não devem punir-se nem se irritar com mau comportamento e, em vez disso, oferecer demonstração de amor ainda mais grandiosa. Mimar uma criança. Tá, isso aqui é só um guia de como ser um bom pai. Não vai dar God se eu ficar aqui. Não vai dar God se eu ficar aqui. Não vai dar God porque os bichos estão tudo vindo. Caixa. Deixa eu ver se a venda tá online. bichão. Que é o do John. Agora eu tenho que acabar isso. Eu tenho que subir lá em cima e acabar com isso.
What was that?
Gotta be the girl. Let's go find her. She's in here.
What the hell?
Stay here.
Andrew, what's going on?
He knows I was about to confess all to the church.
No, wait.
Protect me. You must.
Wait, this isn't right. No way.
I assure all gathered here today that our town will be free of the devil's grasp. Together, by God's grace, little hope will prevail. My word on it.
This court is hastily convened, but with good reason. If we are to finally rid ourselves of the evil which has infested Little Hope, then we must act today. I accuse you, Mary, of witchcraft. What say you, Reverend?
The evidence, as discovered through my investigation, is beyond question. Mary uses her puppet as a familiar to summon and serve the devil.
We have been deceived by a child, by her guise of innocence. This puppet was mistakenly used to denounce Tabitha, but it has always belonged to Mary and Mary alone. She allowed her own kin to be executed as she watched in silence.
That is not so. Liar!
Now this tainted child, this creature of Satan has the marrow to accuse me, a man of God, of wrongdoing.
Levanta o livro, filha da puta.
This is
Quero só
crazy.
confirmar.
These people have lost their freaking minds.
It was never my intention to bring harm to this town or its people. Can you not help me?
What can I do? If I could do something to stop this, I would, but...
Now in her hour of greatest need,
I don't
this
see
child
how.
of the damned pleads once more for the devil's help.
I beg the court's indulgence. Please guide me at this time. Seek your counsel.
We have to stop
Com
this.
certeza.
The only madness is right here in this court.
Com toda certeza que eu posso
He's
ter.
the evil one.
We have been swayed by malice. The truth hidden from us, but not by Mary. Reverend Carver is the one urging us to believe in the devil.
Be silent.
This is all
You'll
his
not deceive
doing.
us any longer. Your true purpose is plain to see. I will see this.
Tem alguém comentando aí? Deixa eu dar uma olhada. E aí, Vitão, voltaste.
Urged of all evil.
You're messing this up. Carver isn't the one you should...
Tá. Tá.
out.
What must I do to bring Little Hope back into the light? I fear the Reverend and what he is capable of.
Você precisa deter o carro.
You have to stop Carver. It's him, don't you get it? He's condemning Mary to take the heat off himself.
I know what must be done here.
Be still. What is the meaning of this outrage?
What I have just learned sickens me to my core. There are serious questions which must be asked of you.
E a gente disse? O que eu disse?
How
O
can a
que eu
man of
disse?
God conduct himself in such a way? Mary, your suffering is at an end. You are free to leave.
Fool! Misled by a child! Do you not see what she is? The truth stares at you from the depths of hell, yet you see nothing! The devil's daughter has deceived you all! Not me! I see her! I see her! Satan's whore! You will pay heavily for your crimes. I was one of the first to fall under your spell. Now all of Little Hope is mesmerized by you.
I have not the words. Without you, I would be dead. You saved me. I shall remember you all my days.
Voltamos. Mas eu não salvei você. Como assim? Estranho.
You did it. It worked.
It did?
100% you made the right call. That jerk of a priest was the real bad guy.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I should feel great. But I don't. I feel nothing.
Come on. Let's get out of here.
Eu quero saber qual é o plot da história. Se existe algum plot ainda.
What just happened?
We're all done here.
Ué, deu bom? Deu bom? Deu bom, clã? Deu bom, clã? Deu bom, Vitão? Deu bom, clã? Deu bom, clã? Vai!
Hey! I'm talking to you! Hey! You should have stayed away. Never come back here.
Devia ter ficado.
I'll never forget or forgive you for what you did.
Vitor reparou que quando o Vince tá falando, ele tá falando no sujeito de uma pessoa só, entendeu? Ele não fala no sujeito de várias pessoas, e sim só de uma pessoa. Ah, você não deveria ter vindo pra cá. Não sei se tu chegou a reparar. E o único personagem que até agora não foi mostrado pra gente foi justo como é? O motorista. Então, tô meio curioso em relação a isso, né? Tá falando no sujeito de uma pessoa, não é de várias. Tá o Andrew, mas ele...
I don't want any trouble, okay? We're going. And we're not coming back.
The only place you should be heading is hell, you goddamn murdering son of a bitch. That's him!
What?
Look out. That son of a bitch has a gun.
What the hell is this about?
You seem a little confused.
No, please. Wait. You don't understand.
Hã? Que?
traffic through Little Hope. You okay, buddy? You seem a little confused.
Yeah, I'm fine. I just want to get these folks
Não
where they
tinha
need to
ninguém.
be.
Esse é o motorista. Não tinha ninguém dentro do ônibus. Que.
I doubt a short delay will trouble him too much.
Que.
Can everyone just shut up? This isn't helping us find help or getting us out of here.
Era alucinação o tempo todo.
Hi there. How you doing?
A gente era o motorista do ônibus o tempo todo.
Excuse me, but we're looking for our bus driver. What? Have you seen him?
Yeah, that's funny. Sounds like you could use a drink.
Better not, thanks. Need to keep a clear head.
Caralho, se eu não tivesse atirado naquele momento, eu não teria sido preso. Mas mesmo assim eu consegui salvar todo mundo. Assim, todo mundo, porque todo mundo não existe, é só um cara.
It's okay. I'm gonna be just fine.
Não existe ninguém.
That's it. Game over. You're done. For now, at least. You could always try again, see if you can get a different result. Congratulations. Your single charge found a way through the guilt, the horror, and came away whole. And you eventually found him. The bus driver. Maybe he can now put the past behind him. Till we meet again. Maybe in the South Pacific, or the Arabian Desert, or somewhere else. But we will meet again. At least one more time.
Caralho, eu tô... Eu tô aquela sensação de puta que pariu, eu fui baitado, caí no bait. O jogo conseguiu me enganar, tipo, igual uma criança.
Oh, what is this that I can see with
Vitor, o que eles seriam? Eu imagino que só uma sombra, só algo que a cabeça dele criou, entendeu? Personagens que a cabeça dele criou. E algum trauma passado que ele teve, entendeu? Que ele criou toda essa situação. Mas o porquê, os motivos, realmente é tudo muito vago, não dá pra saber. Dá pra saber. É um pouquinho complicado de entender. Um desses flashbacks que a gente teve não aconteceu, que é o do cara apontando a arma na cabeça dele. Não aconteceu. Cara, é um enigma. Esse jogo é um enigma. Deixa eu pular os créditos aqui pra ver se tem alguma coisa. Não dá pra pular os créditos. Esperar. Mas assim, foi tudo surpresa, né, digamos assim. Tá. Tem que ser na Unreal, né? Esses jogos assim tem que ser feito na Unreal. Tá, posso pular agora. Epa. Que é isso?
Absolutely not. We'll start believing.
Do flashbackzinho, ó, te disse que era de outro jogo?
I don't know what. You wouldn't believe me even if I tried. Hell, I don't believe it and I was there.
In Sumerian myth, they say the souls of the dead went deep underground to the House of Ashes, where they lived on dust, plagued by the demons of the underworld.
Já lançou esse jogo. Tá. Salvação. Para onde que Little Hope? Ó. Foi tudo aparentemente. Vamos dar uma olhada aqui. Recursos bônus. O que tu quer mostrar, filha da puta?
I just saw someone in the woods. Okay, very good. We're freaked. Who's there?
Whoever you are, this isn't funny at all.
The demons are an integral part of the story of Little Hope. It's the crux of a lot of the things that happen, and that informs a large part of what we're doing. The starting point for each of the demons was the style of execution. They're based on a character that gets killed. That then informs how the character behaves, how it moves, how it sounds, and those are all brought together.
Que é mais uma parte dev, pra
terrifying
quem quiser ver.
In order to make convincing demons, you need to ground them in nature. So what we do is we use our understanding of anatomy and our deep understanding of biomechanics and the principles of the way things move and the way things actuate, and we apply this to the demon design. We obviously start with the production design. The production design is a drowned demon. What we need to do then is look for extra reference. We have to look at stuff like autopsies. We'd look at what happens to the skin when it gets exposed to water for a long time. We have to look at creatures from underwater. We look at various types of fish. Loads of images and real-world reference helps, although it's slightly gruesome.
This particular demon we're looking at is the one that's been hung. We didn't want to show the whole of this character, and right from the beginning we said, let's focus on the areas which are the most terrifying. And so the overall silhouette of the character was to be like this twisted rope. Her limbs would coil, and so we were exaggerating the metaphor of this hanging. 1,000 years of being trailed along the ground, it had worn away her feet, the bones being worn down, the nails being broken off. She'd been in pain for a long time. The most key of all of the elements was the face and how we framed that, and that was that broken, twisted neck, one eye remaining, a tear coming out because it's that last remains of her soul. The noose was digging into her neck, and her tongue was actually so bloated and grown that actually became a feature for us in the game, that tongue actually becomes a grapple to get hold of some of the characters.
To animate a demon, we would start with looking at how they walk or move forward. Some of them are dragging themselves, and then also how they would attack their victims, just flesh out the layout and the choreography of it. Mocap is a big help. Obviously, it's a lot faster than keyframing from scratch. So we decided to use it as a base for some of them, and then we would layer on top of that all the characteristics that bring them to life, even though they're dead.
The Crush Demon in particular was difficult to work with because we weren't able to use motion capture footage, so that is going to be completely hand animated. So that meant we were really starting from scratch. All the other demons, we did use actors' footage, so we have a lot of actors with spikes tied to them, limping across the scene.
Let's get the fuck out of here!
On the Broke Demon, we asked the actor to use various props to try and achieve the sort of movement that we wanted. And I think he did a great job. It was really successful. We've had to, again, add on to that to help with the weight and the believability.
We take our initial cues for the sound of the demons from the visuals, and they look fantastic. But then we have to take the sound of the demons beyond the visuals to give them a really strong otherworldly presence. We need each of the demons to be individually recognizable whilst maintaining that uncomfortable unfamiliarity for the player. So at distance you might hear the chains clanking or the vocal screams. But when you get close up to the demons, you hear lots of detail, the cracking of skin, the creak of the chains, the breaths or the sound of the icky vomit. We really want the player to feel the breath through the sound of the demon on their face.
Angela, no!
When we're thinking about the camera work for the demons, one thing that was really at the forefront of my mind was trying not to show too much, trying not to lose all restraint, and I think that's a really easy trap to fall into with CG in general, and especially with games that you've got all these monsters that you've built and you've spent a lot of time working on, and it's really easy just to go straight to putting everything on screen. But thinking back to some classic horrors, classic monster movies, a lot of times there the directors had to use a lot of restraint and just show little bits and pieces because they didn't have that kind of budget or that kind of effect to really make it convincing. And there's something about that I really like that I wanted to bring back to Little Hope. So when I was directing the camera team, I asked them to show little bits, little glimpses, a clawed hand here, a shadow on the wall there, the chains rattling, whatever the key characteristics were of that demon. The interesting thing with that is that I think sometimes your imagination as a viewer fills in the blanks in a far more terrifying way than we really could. So we tried to build up that suspense, working up to this big reveal where you finally see full on in the light this thing that's been hunting you down in all its gross, horrific glory. With the demon scenes, lighting definitely had a key part to play as well. It had to work complementary to what we wanted to do with the cameras, but also there's some very specific things you can do with lighting that really lent itself to this task. So one of the big ones was the use of silhouettes. The demons have really interesting form and really interesting shapes. They're very unusual, you know, these humanoid creatures all distorted, and we wanted to use that without revealing too much. So quite often we try to use backlighting, or the fog that's present all through Little Hope is a really useful tool for silhouettes, as you can have this nice separation with a brighter background and then have the creature dark in the foreground. It was a nice way to make them feel even more gross than they really were.
The Little Hope narrative is extremely multi-layered, and the demons not only represent the tortured souls of the characters, but they also represent the psychological trauma that humans can obtain through witnessing traumatic events. So when the game opens in the prologue and the main character is witnessing these traumatic events, we underscore this really strong male Gregorian choir, which we use later in the game when the demons are attacking, to really strengthen and reference that psychological trauma with the tormented souls of the characters.
Run! Now!
The broken demon's the most terrifying because of the way it moves. It's really unsettling because you can't anticipate where it's going to go next. All the limbs are breaking and it's all moving in a really erratic way. So if you were to try and escape from it, you wouldn't know where to go because it might go there or it might go over here. So that's the most terrifying in terms of unpredictability, I suppose, and having a deep effect on your psyche.
Interestingly, when you work at Supermassive, you get immune to horror. That's one thing I've definitely noticed. The powers of horror somehow get lost in me every time I'm watching a horror movie. I don't get so scared anymore just because I see this stuff every day. But doing those demon scenes, I must admit, even watching them back as they were work in progress, it was always like fairly distressing and fairly horrific. So hopefully some of that comes across in the experience for the player too.
Tem outro vídeo aqui. Entrevista com o protagonista.
Where are we? What happened?
The bus crashed. We're okay though, just shaken up.
I don't remember being in any crash.
Well, here we are on set of Little Hope, part of the Dark Pictures anthology. Tell me about the characters you play in the game.
Yeah, very exciting. I play Andrew, who is a student on this trip to the town of Little Hope.
You know this place?
No.
Aqui, ponto, chegamos à tecnologia, conseguir replicar rosto perfeitamente.
Abraham, all existing at different time periods in different places.
Is it tough to balance at all, and to kind of jump back between these characters as you go through it?
A little bit. I've had a lot of help along the way, and we've been able to, for the most part, separate the three different guys. We have an amazing accent coach on set at all times, so she keeps me in check and puts me on the right part of the map when I stray too far.
Only the devil could create a demon who so resembles me.
We do look alike, which I agree is pretty damn weird.
How tough is it for you to separate that and balance it all?
Yeah, it's interesting. Andrew, being the character that I embody for most of the time, was a little bit easier for me. I related to him naturally. He's this socially awkward, repressed student, and I certainly as a student was pretty socially awkward and repressed, so I could relate to him a great deal.
You seem uncomfortable around kids your own age.
This trip is actually my first time away from home.
Oh, you picked a real beauty.
Yeah, well, if I ever make it back, I'll sure have something to talk about. The other character, Anthony, is slightly more immature, comes from a big family. I can also relate to that. And dealing with the family dynamic and playing that sibling friction was also something that I think a lot of people can relate to, and that was fun. Another sort of element of the challenge which I really enjoyed. And then there's Abraham, who's the third character that I'm responsible for. We have to stop this. The only madness is right here in this court. And the nice thing that exists in all three of them is this motivation to do good, to do right. And I think all three characters I really had admiration for. They seem to be like morally adept, and it's important to respect, I think, the characters that you play, or at least identify something within them that you respect, and I respected all three of the guys that I played.
I know what must be done here.
And they're all so very different, and even the level of the accents change between them. Is that something that's challenging to navigate?
Yeah, that's been really fun.
Dos Jogos
For me,
Vorazes.
it's been when playing
Primeiros Jogos
Andrew,
Vorazes.
I've been doing a relatively neutral American accent, but we sort of
Ele é
based
dos
most of the
caras lá
action
que
in New
participa dos
England,
Jogos
so
Vorazes no
it does
primeiro
lean
filme.
towards the East
Eu
Coast,
lembro
and
dele
it
aí.
doesn't take on too strong of a characterization in either direction. The vocal work for Anthony is similar to that, but because Anthony lives within the 1970s, there's been a little bit of tweaking to the accent in order to accommodate the times. And then Abraham's an entirely different accent. It's been a bit of guesswork as far as constructing that accent because there's no recordings of what people sounded like at that time. But I suppose the closest thing to it we imagine is a kind of Northern English accent. And my dad's from Yorkshire, so I've basically been ripping off what my dad sounded like when he was younger.
She talked in this really weird accent. Was that even American?
And also with the process itself is a huge, like a learning curve, like you say, with the performance capture. What's the process been like for you? Have you been able to adapt? Do you feel at home now wearing the helmet? And
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, it presents a whole host of challenges. It can get a little uncomfortable.
Okay.
After a while, it can get a little uncomfortable. You never forget the first time you go for a wee wearing that headset, thinking, am I on some sort of screen somewhere in a studio right now? Can people see me weeing? But you soon get used to the headset and the pack that you're wearing. And I think the best thing you can do is try and remove that from the equation entirely and just make it about looking at the person opposite you. Some of the more physical stuff is challenging because if you do want to move around and you do want to add a physical performance to whatever facial, emotional things that are being captured, you have to be careful that the sound isn't being compromised because of your movements. But, you know, in lots of ways it's been quite freeing too. We move at a great pace. There's little repetition over the same thing. There's lots of variation, but little repetition really. And we have an opportunity to move freely about the space pretty much. We're not confined to marks and we don't have to relight every single moment. It's go, go, go. It's been 100 miles per hour and I've loved the intensity of it. It's been great.
But we're looking for our bus driver.
What?
Have you seen him?
Yeah, that's funny.
What's up with the fog outside? It's pretty weird.
Sure is a thick one tonight.
Actually, it's so thick it's stopping us from leaving.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
You're, trapped here too, then?
it's a whole different pace, I feel, than what you normally when you're setting up a scene and you shoot front to back, and then now it's kind of like you're just jumping in and you're just like stop, start, stop, start. It must be kind of refreshing in a way.
100%, yeah. You can start in the morning and by lunch you've died and come back to life 4 or 5 times, whereas on a film set you would have had to shoot for several weeks to get that material. So you do blast through a ton of content.
Run! Get the hell out of there! Look out!
Yeah, it's gonna be really cool to see yourself in a video game. It's gonna be an incredible experience too. And then now your friends and family members can like play you in a game. That must be a whole weird feeling.
Yeah, that is really weird. It's strange enough seeing my face on the screen in anything, but you're really mad and exciting, I guess, to think about being in a video game. I guess that's like a little kid's dream in lots of ways, so I feel very lucky.
It's incredible. And your friends are going to call you, but like, I killed you.
Yeah, I killed you 3 times. They're like, good to speak to you too, bud. Yeah, thanks for the call.
Would you confront your fears or would you run away?
I want to say confront my fears. After this experience, I would confront my fears. Maybe previously I would have run away.
What kind of place is this?
It's one of those things where what you think you'll do is different than what you probably actually do.
In the moment, yeah, 100%.
Oh, I would confront my fears and then you're gone.
Gone. Yeah.
And lastly, would you explore on your own or in a group?
In a group, I'd have to. One of the best things about this experience has just been the camaraderie that's developed amongst the cast, and over a short period of time, shooting at this intensity, it's bonded us together really quickly, and I've loved being part of the team. A group of us in one room on this crazy journey together, so it's all about exploring as a team.
I'm just gonna say it. This is exactly what goes down in horror movies.
Well, plus than anything in the horror genre, we know what happens when you go off on your own, right?
100%. Don't do it.
They still do it.
And they still do it.
Let's go check out that room over there.
No, don't go check out that room.
Nope.
Don't go check out.
Or bring someone with you.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah. There you go.
All right, Will.
Tanner, thanks
a lot. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Cheers.
Vale, como seria diferente os personagens.